Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. Going to take a look at some pitching for today, the 11th of June. Do have a 7-game day slate and a 6-game main slate this evening. Not sure about any weather scenarios. We'll learn about those as the morning goes on. With that said, this is a first look at the pitching options, and I will be utilizing DraftKings as that is where a majority of my action is. If you do play on FanDuel, I would cut my pool into half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get the stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. With all that said and done, let's jump in here. First slate of the day. Starting with the Cubs Phillies. Luzardo, who's been atrocious the last couple of starts, taking on a difficult Cubs opponent. But it is a Cubs team that he beat a month and a half ago. What are we going to do with Luzardo? I want to play him. He is a favorite in the game. But it's going to be a tough one to nut up and go with him. K-Prop at 5.5, juice to the under. But K-Prop's there, plus 230 to earn the W. It's not an exciting number by any means, but still, I think there's going to be a lot of people afraid to utilize him. And at some point, we're going to get a bounce back out of him. I'm just not sure what's going on with Luzardo at the moment. I think I'm going to sprinkle him in. But I don't blame you for looking elsewhere. The other side, Ben Brown, got lit up by the Phillies the first time. He's giving up runs, but he has big-time K upside. His K numbers aren't the same on the road, but he also is walking far fewer. I think there's upside for Brown as well. Phillies lineup takes a big hit without Harper in the middle of it. But Ben Brown's pretty volatile as well. But K-Prop at 5.5, juice to the under, slight underdog. I think both pitchers are going to be viable. Cincinnati, Cleveland. I always play Nick Lodolo. Probably going to make my pool here just because he's been so ridiculously dominant on the road. I'm not overly excited, but I do think he's in play. Logan Allen, I'm probably not going to go there, even though I don't mind left-handed pitching against Cincinnati. I just don't really feel all that excited to utilize Logan Allen on a full-ish size slate. Atlanta, Milwaukee. Chad Patrick's been pretty impressive. I guess impressive is relative. He's been pretty solid as a rookie. The Atlanta offense definitely disappears quite a bit. He certainly could be in play for us. He's plus 360 to earn the W, which is kind of extreme. Schwellenbach is minus 110. Patrick 4.5 in the K-Prop. Schwellenbach 5.5. I think he's fine. He's probably a better play than... I was going to say better play than Ben Brown, but maybe not. I think Brown just has more pure upside in him. Schwellenbach, definitely going to be in play, but I'm not as excited about the matchup. Certainly capable of striking out plenty of batters. Has 3 double-digit strikeout games on the season. One of those against a very difficult, to strike out San Diego squad. I think Schwellenbach's going to be in play, but if I need to fade a higher price pitcher, it could be him, even though I am a fan of Schwellenbach overall. St. Louis, Toronto. I'm a Liberatore fan, but he hasn't looked good the last couple, and I just don't think I'm going to use a pitcher against Toronto right now, especially a left-handed pitcher. So, looking at the other side of it, I don't really understand this breakdown. Lauer is an opener, but he's been throwing, upwards of 5 innings per appearance, and he hasn't thrown in 5 days. I don't really think that's the thing that's happening. Turnbull, I'm intrigued to see what he's got left. He's a guy that threw the ball decently well with Philadelphia last year, or 2 years ago, I guess. I don't remember when it was we last saw him. Definitely a name to pay attention to, but no pitching in that game for me. Arizona, Seattle, Eduardo Rodriguez. Certainly plenty of K upside in the matchup, but he's super volatile. I'm kind of interested in his K-prop numbers, 5.5, but juiced to the under pretty solidly. Woo's 4.5 juiced under as well. Win odds in this one, Eduardo Rodriguez plus 255, while Woo is plus 160. That's despite the game being somewhat close from a line standpoint. Woo is certainly viable. Home runs creeping up the last couple starts is a worry against Arizona. Obviously, right-handed pitching against Arizona is a difficult thing to rely on. But I do think that Woo is strong enough of a pitcher that he's capable of shutting down a team like Arizona. His K numbers are stronger on the road, gives up fewer home runs, but has given up more runs. With that said, he's basically averaging the same amount of points on the road as he does at home. I think both guys in this game are viable. I'm not overly excited to use either of them. The A's, Angels, I'm just not getting to either pitcher. Sears gave up 4 home runs the one time he faced the Angels. Obviously, away he's probably in a better spot, but still, home runs are an issue, and the Angels can hit a bunch of them, but they can strike out. Kyle Hendricks, just somebody I'm not getting to. Just no thank you. The A's did get to him. 9 hits, 2 home runs the one time they faced him. Just no thanks there. LA, San Diego, I'm just not interested in pitching in this game. So, Robleski and Vasquez. So what does that do for us? That definitely brings Ben Proud and Luzardo into play. Probably brings Swellenbach back in as an important play. And it's going to put Woo and Eduardo Rodriguez in play. The pitching on this first slate is not great overall. Going to have to take some gambles in some spots we don't necessarily want to, unless we want to rely on pitchers we just never want to rely on. Going to tonight's main slate, the 6th gamer. Tampa Bay, Boston starting us out. Zach Littell, somebody that looked good against Boston the first time he faced them. It's been decent over the last few starts. I'm not really overly excited about it, but maybe I'm just not overly excited about pitching at all. Yeah, game total of 10 in this one. Creeping towards a pick 'em, pick 'em at that 10 number. It's going to be really tough for me to jump on Littell, or definitely Walker Buehler's not somebody I'm relying on. Walking a bunch of guys, giving up home runs. I shouldn't say a bunch of guys, but multiple guys giving up home runs. I'm just not going there at this point. David Peterson has been fairly impressive this season. He's been able to keep the ball in the yard at home. His overall numbers pretty similar, so splits aren't a huge thing, but 3 earned or less in every single start this season. Just 3 home runs allowed, which came in 2 different starts. Strikeouts not as strong as they were to begin the season, but still, I think David Peterson's got to be a solid play for us. Minus 272 favorite. Seems pretty nice in this spot. I hate that strikeouts thrown thing. Strikeout over and under. Blind 5.5. Juice to the under. Seems like we're going to have a lot of those K-props today through the 2 slates. Doesn't have any win odds yet. Tells me there could be some potential weather that they're looking at, or they're just working through it now. Jake Irvin, probably not going to get there. Has shown some random upside, but he did shut down the Mets the one time he faced them. But his overall numbers worse on the road. I'm not going to get to Jake Irvin. At least I hope not. Obviously, we have to kind of look at the slate as a whole before we make those decisions. Jack Leiter has looked good the last 2 starts now, after starting out the season strong and then getting hurt and falling off. Minnesota, very hit or miss. I think Leiter's going to be in play. Not super excited, but I think he fits on the slate. David Festa as well. Got some K upside, but we saw last time out, can give up home runs. Obviously, that was a different ballpark, Sacramento. Pretty big difference there. We don't have any win odds for this particular game. We do have some K props. Festa 5.5 juice to the under. Jack Leiter 4.5, basically a pick 'em. I think both guys are going to have to be in play. Pitching on this day is just not ideal, to say the least. Chris Bubic been fantastic this season. Just 1 start allowing more than 3 earned runs. Just 2 starts allowing more than 2 earned runs on the season. One of those 3 earned run games came against the Yankees squad, which was his 2nd worst start of the season. However, he's been at 26 plus fantasy points in 5 straight starts. Last time out, beating the team with the best record in baseball in Detroit. It's a super volatile matchup, but I think Bubic has got to be in play. K-Prop of 5.5, juice to the under. Clark Schmidt's is 4.5. The overall game itself, Yankees are slight favorites. Game total 8.5. I just think he's one of the better options. Plus 220 during the W, while Schmidt's plus 165. Schmidt, softer-ish matchup, but there isn't really K upside in the matchup, but I think he's just going to be in play, but I'm not excited to use Clark Schmidt against Kansas City right now. Houston, Ryan Gusto is a guy that's impressed me a little bit and then has some performances that it seems like he's putting it together and then all of a sudden he kind of hits a wall. Like, just 1 strong start on the season from a fantasy points perspective, but he gets the White Sox plus matchup, plus 210 in the W, not exciting. K-Prop 4.5, juice to the under, not exciting either. Get to the game line. He is a minus 179 favorite, however. I think I'm going to utilize Ryan Gusto, and it does scare me. But I think we can utilize him profitably a little bit. Sean Burke, I want to dig into some of his splits. He actually hasn't been horrendous the last handful of starts, so he might be somebody we need to consider, especially if he is a little difficult on right-handed bats. San Fran, Colorado, we're going to be using Robbie Ray taking on Colorado. Do worry about him and his, walk issues at times, but it is Colorado. We are going to attack them with decently strong starting pitching. Kyle Freeland, I just don't think I'm going to get there. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the San Francisco offense, I just don't think we need Freeland. But there we have it. There's our first look at pitching. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, get the alert anytime we drop videos here at TFS Army. And if you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., I will put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's R-A-Z, for 10% off monthly. And as always, best of luck, everybody.